People have lost their home country. They're pining. They're mourning loss of relatives, maybe died in a war, or just even if they're immigrants, they're remembering their country and what they've lost, as well as focusing on what they're trying to learn in the class to make a new life for themselves. So this anecdote is it's about a boy from Laos who came to Texas when he was maybe 15, 16. And he was in my class, and he was training to join the high school in Texas. He wasn't quite ready for it. We had a class that was transitioning into high school. So he was in the class, and we were looking at the textbook, and the textbook asked for examples of what we wanted to do, what they wanted to do in life. And well, everybody took turns, and he got to him. And he said, I want to be a scuba diver. It was great that he knew what a scuba diver was. I thought that was fantastic because his English wasn't very good. I said, well, everybody, talk about why you want to do that. And everybody did. And when it got to his turn, he said, I want to be a scuba diver because I want to swim back to my country and kill the man that killed my father.
Wow.
What can you do when that happens in your class? When somebody has such powerful feeling and even sort of engineers this situation, which other people are not taking terribly seriously. Other people say, I want to be a brain surgeon, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, it may be totally out of the question. But for him, this was a very powerful thing that he wanted to do. He wants to go back and kill the man that killed his father. And it made me think, I've always remembered that. It made me think about the sort of what lies under the surface as we teach, and what is in people's minds. And of course it's a very humbling experience because you think you're giving people language, but you're forgetting that language has such power, and people are going to be using the material you give them and go off in their own thoughts and fantasize and think about other stuff. They're not going to be necessarily thinking about you and your class too much, even when they're in there. And that's worth remembering as a teacher. And I think it's also remembering from the point of view of the student too, that if you are in that situation where emotion is very overpowering, it's better to try to put it to one side too, because when you're in the classroom, play is very important. We know that people learn best when they're joyful and when they're playing. And we know this from studies of rats all the way to children and all the way to adults. Everybody agrees that playfulness and lightness and relaxation are crucial to learning. And if you are in that situation, if you are locked into some kind of terrible repeated feeling that you cannot escape from, it will, in the end, it may motivate you to a certain extent, as obviously it was a motivation for him to communicate to the class, and that was wonderful that he did that. But it will also be dangerous for that person because they won't be able to manipulate the language and learn the language in the class while they've got all this emotion stuffed away that's coming to the surface. So I would just like to urge learners to remember that however bad you feel, if you put yourself into a learning situation, try to take the moment as it comes. Try to relax enough so that you can enjoy learning. I think if you do that, you will learn.
Thank you very much. It's a very moving story.
Yeah.
Well, that's about all we have time for today, but I wonder if, in closing, if you'd like to say something in Lao for us.
Oh, Sabai Di. สบายดีลูกเขียนภาษาอังกฤษเก่งไปอเมริกาม้วนอยู่Los California.
I have no idea what you said, but thank you very much.
I just said hello, learners of English. Learn well. Come and enjoy California.
Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. Bye.
Bye.